Hello everybody, today I'll be doing a BattleCat seed tracking video on all the ways to switch tracks in the BattleCats and how to counter switching tracks, because this is easily the most complicated thing about seed tracking, and if you understand this, there's really nothing else that you can mess up when it comes to seed tracking. So right now in the BattleCats, there's currently two ways to switch tracks in the BattleCats. You pull the same exact rare unit back to back, and you pull a guaranteed 11 draw like uber rare. So right now I'm going to be talking about the back-to-back rare units. So basically, you have no control over these rare units. Basically, any unit on this track, if it's a same rare unit back-to-back, meaning it's the exact same, you'll switch tracks. And it's very easy to spot, because as you can see right here, there's a little arrow that shows you when you switch tracks. So how this works is, basically when you're just on your track, the A track or the B track, you're just going to see these. And there's nothing you can do. Like, there's no way for you to like get rid of these. The only way is you can avoid them. Small little correction here. You actually can make a rare back-to-back spin disappear, but only under certain circumstances. There's two circumstances right now currently. One is that you have one of the back-to-back rares in this light yellowish box right here. Because what this box means is during a Uberfest or Epic Fest, this will turn into a super rare. So if you just waited to spin during a Uberfest or Epic Fest, you would just pull a super rare and you wouldn't have to waste a platinum ticket or legend ticket. It's the exact same thing with the units in the pink boxes, but I've never seen this before. I've only seen it in the light yellowish boxes, but this still could be a circumstance where in these darkest pink box, like this lightest pink box, it's a guaranteed Uber doing an Epic Fest or Uberfest. So if you have like a back-to-back rare in one of these, you could just wait until there's an Epic Fest or Uberfest to then roll the Uber instead of having to pull the rare unit or have to waste a platinum ticket. And a small little thing to note, because I know people are going to ask me this, it only swaps tracks if it's the exact same rare unit. And it has to be back to back. It doesn't matter if it's the same exact super rare unit, legend rare unit, or uber unit back to back. It doesn't switch your tracks. It only will switch your tracks if it's the exact same rare unit. And it has to be back to back. So if I pull like a rocker cat right here at 88A, and then I pull a rocker cat at 90A, it won't switch your tracks. It has to be 88A and then 89A, as you can see right here with the Matador cat. Back to the video. And I'm going to be talking about how to do that now. So basically, after you would pull Pogo Cat right here at 86B, your next spin would be Matador Cat. And then after you pull this first Matador Cat right here at 87B, your next spin would be 88B, which would be another Matador Cat. But instead of pulling this Matador Cat, what actually would happen is you would switch to 90A and you would pull Mercat. So what would happen is after you pull 87B, you would spin again. And your next spin, instead of it being 88B, it would be 90A at Mercat. But if you look at 90A, there's no Mercat at 90A, it's Psycho Cat. So what actually happens is there's like kind of an invisible track. And what happens is you would pull Mercat, and then after you pulled Mercat, your next spin would be 90A. So this Psycho Cat would be what you would pull right after you pulled this Mercat. After hitting the track swap from the first Matador Cat. That's what would happen. So unfortunately, the only way you can avoid these tracks swaps currently is to pull a platinum ticket or a legend ticket. Now, you could pull the platinum ticket at 87B or 88B. You just have to erase one of the Matadors with a platinum ticket or legend ticket. Now, in my opinion, what I would do is I would just go for the Uber that's better out of these two. So I'll pull up my Uber track real quick. Okay, and as we see right here, I pull up my platinum ticket track on my other tab, and as you can see, at 87B, I pull Oda, and at 88B, I pull Asaluga. So basically what you would want to do is, you would just want to pull the better Uber. And in my opinion right here, Asaluga would be better. And if you don't know what Uber's better, you could probably just watch a Dr. X Skill video. He'll definitely give you all the information you need to know on a certain unit. And that's basically all you could do to counter this rare back-to-back same rare track spin, because like I said, you have no control over where these are. Like if you see on my track right here, for some reason I have double Matadors on the B track, and as soon as I switch back to the A track, there's literally two Matador Cats right here. So like I said, what would happen is after you pull this Uber, like because my next spin above this is Mighty Sphinx Corp, so after I pull this, my next spin would be Matador Cat. And at 95A, instead of pulling Matador Cat, what I would pull is I would pull Thief Cat, and then I'd switch to the B track, and my next spin would be 96B, so I'd pull Driller Cat. So I would put, in this order, I would pull Matador Cat, Thief Cat, and then Driller Cat. I hope that made sense, because it is a little complicated, but once you understand that, it's very important, because there might be situations where you switch tracks with these rares, and the next spin you want is an Uber. So in this case, like, a Thief Cat would be 90, I would pull Thief Cat, and my next spin would be 96B, so if there was an Uber right here I wanted at 96B, I would just immediately pull my Platinum ticket, and I would get, like, no Beluga with the Platinum track. Now, the second way to switch tracks, this is a much more complicated, but you actually have control over this way, is a 11-draw guaranteed Uber. Now, how this works is this will basically always switch your tracks, always. As long as it is a guaranteed 11-draw Uber rare guaranteed, you will always switch tracks when rolling this. Now, this is a really, really complicated, because when you look at this, you might not understand anything that's on the screen right now, but I'm going to explain it. So basically how the 11-draw guaranteed works is whatever spin you're currently on. Say I just pulled Saloon Cat. If I pulled my 11-draw after pulling Saloon Cat, I would then pull Cameraman with my 11 guaranteed Uber guaranteed, because it's diagonal. How it works is it's diagonal to the slot you're currently on. So Catman is diagonal to Saloon Cat, so you'd pull Catman. And then with Rocker Cat, if I just pulled Rocker Cat and hit an 11-draw, I would pull Detective Vigler. But keep in mind, you're still spinning 10 times when you're using an 11-draw. So as you can see right here, if I pulled I was on Saloon Cat, I would get Catman as my guaranteed, but I'd still spin all the way down to 11A. But then instead of getting the unit at 12A, I would then switch and get Catman, and my next spin would be 12B. So I would actually get an Uber with my track. Like I said, this is very complicated. I see a lot of people in the comments say that it's the Uber next to the unit you're currently on. That is not correct. It's the unit diagonal to the one you're currently on. So I'll give another example for the B track, because the B track is a little bit more confusing. So if I was at 3B, I just pulled Delinquent Cat and hit an 11-draw. My guaranteed Uber would be this White Knight Cyclops right here, because as you can see, it's diagonal to Delinquent Cat. Now I'll give another example, because there's two back-to-back White Knights here, so people might get confused by that. Let's say I just pulled Bishop Cat. If I hit an 11-draw, my next guaranteed Uber would be Akira, because you can see it's diagonal to Bishop. And then you would be at 16A after you pulled Akira, meaning your next spin would be 16A, which would be Gardener Cat. I hope this made sense, as it is very complicated, and there's a lot of misinformation that people are saying that it's next to the unit you're currently on. Do not listen to that. It is not true. It's diagonal. It looks like it would be next to the unit, but it's not. So, anyways, if there's anything I forgot to talk about, or any questions you have in the comments, please leave them down below. I'll get back to every comment as soon as I can. And if this video helped you, please subscribe to my channel. Only if you enjoy my content. It's free, and you could always change your mind later when I run out of Battlecat seed tracking content. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.